You can see the surf club and beach. It's expected to be 1 to 3 today. 1 to 3 meters or feet, I should say. So we're gonna hang out and watch some surfing for a bit, and I might even take some photos. It's beautiful shortboard weather. It's crisp 18 or 17 degrees Celsius. In the water it's 22. We have Surfers Paradise in the very far background. I don't know if you can actually see it along the horizon, but that's Surfers Paradise. You can see also in that shot is normally where I stand at Burleigh Heads, but we're here today at Snapper Rocks, which is where they have the World Surf League earlier in the year. Looks like we've got some bait fish too just off the coast, so the whales might be coming in. It's stick us under beaches, but let's be honest, it's surfing and everyone's wearing a fucking wetsuit. My preferred spot to actually stand is on those rocks just there. Unfortunately, it's high tide at the moment. Welcome if you're just joining me. I'm Salty's Vegemite. I'm calling Salty or Vegemite, and we are here at Snapper Rocks today. And just adjust your view a bit because you're looking down a little bit too much over the lens. Good news, I had my first Pfizer shot yesterday. Arm hurts a little bit, but only when, like, I'm moving. It's not too bad, actually. Mind you, I'm high as fuck right now on my pain medication, so, you know, anything can happen. Yeah, there's a bit of a wind problem, but we'll get over it. Oof, he's out there on the fucking Malibu. He's gonna take a tumble out of it. So this is just after the start of the superbar that runs along the coast. No one wants to buy me a live view, jeez. See him okay. Should look decent. Connection. You are getting a bit of shine off the water though. Look at that mow. go, son. Get it. I'm going to be changing positions to different setups. Camera's heavy. Sun's not in the right position yet. So I'm getting nothing but fucking sun reflection. So I guess it's just you and me, chat. And some waves that are trying to lick at my feet. I'm just about to get wet. And not in a good way. Know what I'm saying? Nah, I'm saying. First time one of those waves hits me, I'm gonna go. And it's gonna be soon too. Hello, Leviticus, down under, mate. I'm at the southern point of Queensland, next to Point Danger, which is just over that rise there, at the southernmost point. Snapper Rocks is where they have the World Surf League Pro in Queensland, Australia. That's these waves right here. It's the start of the super bar that runs all the way up the Gold Coast. So the actual camera that you're looking through is on top of my actual DSLR. So you're kind of perched on the end of a very long barrel. So if I'm not answering, I'm shooting because I'm looking through the viewfinder. I'll fix it up for you a bit. But yeah, it's a Monday morning here in Australia. It's I got here about 9 AM, so it's 30 something. I'm not too certain. Just hit time and you'll so exclamation time and then exclamation weather space Gold Coast, and you'll be able to have a look at the weather for today. Unlike the surfers, I'm actually wearing my mask because it's a $1,700 fine otherwise. So I'm a bit muffled because of the surgical mask. He's going for the 5. No, he doesn't make the fucking hang 5 off the front of his Malibu. But we got 1 to 3, and we've got this sandbar that comes in, and it creates these lovely fucking waves. So if you're at the rocks, which are just over there, you get like a really deep barrel. The longboarders are just in here for the coast, and you can get. I've seen one guy get about 50 yards. And most of it was hanging 5. It was gruff. Similar conditions to today. We are looking east directly into the sun. We've got a young whippersnapper out there. Fucking Grom, getting it. The lifeguard tower is actually right behind me as well. The water's fucking 22 degrees, man. 22 degrees. It's brilliant. Except out here it's like 16. It's colder out of the water than in. Because it's still a fairly warm current that comes up from the Antarctic, because it's warming all the time as it's coming up. It's fairly consistent throughout the year. It's a bit cooler in summer at about 21, 23 degrees. But at night, obviously, the surface temperature is a lot cooler than the actual current temperature, which is what you want at about 21 to 22 degrees. So I've seen a couple of good barrels today already that have come in from these rocks. You probably can't see it on the actual camera that I'm using on top of the other camera, but that's because I can't afford a live view yet, which is like $2,500. And that would connect you to that tower that's just behind me. And it would have the feed off the actual camera itself, which would be better because it is it's zoomed the fuck in at 400 millimeters at the moment. So it's also whale season. So we've got humpbacks and southern right whales starting to head back down from Hervey Bay in the next couple of weeks. So just in front of us will be humpbacks with their kids, with their babies, or calves as they're actually known, and southern right whales coming in as well, because we've got shoals of fish in there that they go after, bait fish. Oh, he's gonna get, no, he didn't. Oh, that's a wave. That's a trawler, shit. Pretty fucking close. They're probably coming out of the Tweed River. Anyway, I'm Salty's Vegemite. If you're just joining me, we're here at Snapper Rocks, Queensland, Australia. It's at 9:30 in the morning, maybe 10, I'm not too certain what the time is. Hit exclamation time, and that'll tell you what the local time is. The weather's a beautiful 20 degrees at the moment. The water's about 22. We've got a 1 to 3 foot swell coming in along the Super. So So we've got the short boarders out along the rocks, and we've got the guys on the Malibus that are just off to my left. And we've also got some bodyboarders as well. Someone out on the Malibu there getting up. You gonna get it, son? You gonna get it? Go it, go it, go it, go it, go it, go it. Come on. Unlucky. Seems like I'm not getting to your question. Just give me a second. I've got my eye down the lens of my my DSLR. So I might not see your chat, but I will chat. The waves are getting a bit too close to my pocket. You might think I'm just waving the camera about. I'm actually looking for the guys who are going barrels. Sun's in a position right now where it could fuck right off. Unfortunately, that won't happen. Ah, old mate is not on the rock anymore. It must have fucked off. Had another photographer out here on the other set of rocks. So I moved from those down to these ones. These aren't fucking great, I gotta say. The positioning isn't fantastic with the sun at the moment. It's not working for me. Why the fuck are you coming in that close, bro? So I'm just watching another boat. Oh, I see what he's doing. No, they're checking the shark drums. We've got drums and nets off the coast here to try and keep the surfers and the holiday makers that come for a swim safe, or safer. We had a death here about just over a year ago. Just actually where I am. So more off the point behind me than anything. Guy got grabbed, but he bled out on the beach while he was waiting for the helicopter to arrive. Which got here pretty quickly, I might add. Jesus, that is a good wave. I'm going for it. Alas, he perished. Yeah. Ruins a lot of good photography, actually. It's just the reflection of the water at the moment. Fuck, mate. That guy's got some green room. Would I have captured it from the other side? Probably not. Here we go. Yeah, that's old mate the other. As long as the actual surf is in the barrel itself, the light's not horrible. Because he's backlit by the green, or she. Because about 25% of the surfers here are women. Getting a bit of fun. Not sure if you can see because I can't see what the screen's looking at. Nah, fuck you, son. Ruin everything. Oh, dude, he's getting some. No. He bailed. It's a nice Monday for it though. It's not even school holidays. Parents are like, fuck that, we're going surfing. Fuck school. Oh, that is a cold breeze. Fuck. That's cutting right through me. Whew. Not sure. If only you can see what I'm seeing out there. Oh, there you go. Yeah, so 9:58, so it's just before 10 a.m. Thank you for that. If you hit exclamation weather and then put in the words gold and then coast, you'll find out what today's weather is. So it's exclamation point weather, Gold Coast. Or you can put in Tweed Heads, because that's the current, or that's the closest New South Wales equivalent. Which is within walking distance. New South Wales is within walking distance of where I'm standing, because we're on the border. like legitimately a street behind me and then across one. There you go, it's 17.7 degrees, 17.7. 70% humidity. But the water is actually 22 degrees. Or 21. One of the two. It's a lot, the water is actually warmer than the outside temperature. There's too much water in it, mate. The tide, the high tide's at 10:22 this morning at this location. So it's just about to start turning to go on an outward tide. That weather command will also do other places as well across the globe. So as long as they have a weather forecast out for that particular location, it goes into, I think it's weather.com, and gets the information there. So if you live in like the United States, you can say like Sacramento or wherever you happen to be. Denver, like freaking wherever in Illinois. It's the syntax that I used when I created it, so I could use it for other channels. So I gave it to some other mods I know, and they put it in some other channels that I'm in, where I'm VIP, so that people know what weather is going on in that particular city. But that particular person goes from like different portions of that country. So like they're in Tokyo one day, but the next day they're like, or the next week they're in Osaka, or they're like up in Sapporo or down in Nagasaki or wherever. It's the same syntax that also the mods in Cook Sucks uses, his IRL stuff. So he was in Korea, but now he's in the United States. He still can use the exact same command because it just goes off whatever city he's in. So he's in Los Angeles, I think, at the moment. Ask for some fucking glasses, man. Here we go. Nah, not enough speed, bro. Come on, cuz. What are you doing? glasses, man. What about that? That's a shame. Something different. Alright, no worries, mate. Have yourself a good one. He'll be fine, I think. The guys that come down here quite often actually just jump off there as well. So. It's rock and then it's just sand like this. So just on the other side, it's not all that deep. That's why they surf out from here. But when there's like big waves and they're coming in along the pipe there, they're always fucking super cautious, man. You just see them going, oh, and everyone's just like holding their breath. Like, you need fucking rock place. You remember at the beginning of the middle point of last year, we had that big storm? took all the sand out because it used to be further out at high tide. Time change please. More frequent and more vicious storms. Causing more erosion. Yeah, and they're like, no, everything's fine. We've labelled the fucking ScoMo. Still not over those bushfires. Like, starve to death. Well, that's the problem with it. Is no, actually, it's not going to kill you. Yeah. I can show you my little back scar too. Do I still wear a mask? Yeah. I don't have $1,700. If we're within 2 meters of somebody, yes. They're fine because if they're surfing and they're conducting exercise, so if they pass each other, but technically if the cops wanted to walk out here, they could. Most of the time they'll leave off, unless you're doing something egregiously bad, like you're inside a shop. Yeah. I only wore it out here because my chest is sensitive to cold air. That's what happens when you have pneumonia a couple of times. It's what happens when you sit in the rain at the G in the middle of winter watching football and it's pissing down and you're like, fuck it, I'll be fine, I've got beer, I'm great, I can't feel anything. And then I spent the next month and a half in bed with fucking pneumonia. I was just well enough to watch the finals that year. This is also a really good spot for whales. Haven't seen any this year yet. Yeah. I was thinking about doing that and I'm like, which lens should I take? But I'm like, how close are we gonna be? Like, should I get a drone? And then I'm looking at one of the websites I get a lot of my camera gear off, and they don't have any of the DJIs at the moment, apart from the swells, and the swells are the orange ones that sit in the water and can take off and land. And I'm like, oh, I'm so tempted. But I'd rather have like a Mavic Air 2 Pro. Between you guys? The right current. Pretty scary out there. Yes. On that one I was like, no, fuck it. They don't run really long. You get down, it's a bit short around. Once you get past here,
go back out just to get a good shoulder rest. Early was like 10 guys out. It was like the best thing there are.
Were you out in front of Sharkies or further down?
You could say with the boat. I should have paddled. I said, no tide. Well, with the big day, really slow.
Should have gone there yesterday. Thought about it, I'm like, oh no, I'm too fucked.
It was insane, like, honestly.
I was up till 5 a.m. working, so. Like, then it's like I started working again at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. It's like, standing here having a chat, that was the surface. Yeah. Living the Monday dream is on live. That's okay, no one's watching anyway.
Yeah. Competition only. Staying in position when they come through.
Although, yeah. Orange. Yeah, it was like, oh, it's blah blah blah, mate. I see your face in weeks, so they don't do anything. Fuck off! Our 5D Mark IV. It's actually weatherproofed anyway, so I'm like.
Yeah, but you don't have the water on the lens.
The actual lens is weatherproof. It's an L series, bro. They're right for spray. Although I'm not happy.
I'm buy a A7.
Oh, the A7 3s. Although actually no, the 3s are really cheap at the moment, but they're getting the new A7 Alpha 5s coming.
Video, I just use it for streaming and stuff. I've got an A6.
What is that, like a HD or is that a?
Yeah, it's a mirrorless. It's just it's mirrorless.
But what's it shooting? 4K or HD?
It's 4K.
Yeah, same with this one, 4K. You might as well just keep it. You might as well just keep it with what you've actually got and switch out a lens if you want.
I've got a good lens. I actually got a good lens.
Yeah. But if you're using that just for streaming at home, then you don't really need much more. You don't need the new alphas that are coming out that are fucking 10 grand.
Yeah, I like it.
The 6400s are mint for doing that.
Yeah.
Like I know a couple of women that actually use 2 of them.
Yeah, my girl at the moment, she's got an A65 and A64 and uses it with a harness.
Oh no, I'm talking about like for the like the titty streamers on Twitch.
Yeah, we do 2 and you get different angles.
Yeah.
And then you can
because you can like there's a toggle.
Yeah.
That you can get that switches between the
right.
The 2.
I thought they just edited it in post. What was this thing? I don't know.
Oh fuck yes.
Head back out and get a couple of bombs.
Might be wet, but it's magnesium and everything in this weather sealed, so.
Yeah, right.
As long as
it doesn't stay on the lens, you don't get.
Oh, there's no water on the lens.
No, no water on it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh,
It's here.
See if I can snag one of those sets. I don't know.
Well, most people don't know about the iPhones as well, that all of the X series are waterproof up to like 2 meters. So you can accidentally drop them in a pool or whatever. I've seen a live streamer who sometimes goes into love hotels in Tokyo, where she lives. And bikini, obviously, to go inside the hot tub because she's live streaming it. It's got to be within the terms of service, so she can't do anything sexual. Even though you can be in a hot tub or whatever. And she's been talking and she's put her phone down and it slipped and she's fucked. This is normally a Sony action cam. It's about that long, it's about that thick, and it's just connected with HDMI cord to a live view. So I want the $2,500 to buy it, so I can stick it on top of here instead of my phone. Because phone streaming is the scuffest. Dodgy. Because it always overheats. Like it's running hot now. And it only got 2 hours of battery. So it's just going to run out shortly. But I go until it goes and then I go and put it in the car on the charger. So today, it's just before 9. Is that the 200? It'll say it on the front. 1300, yeah, okay. Yeah, it's not the actual camera, it's the photographer. Don't let anyone say different. Yeah, you can actually get one at about probably a couple $100. If you go into a Ted's, they've got the second-hand range, and they're all certified, and they all make certain that they're clean and. There's nothing wrong with Tamron actually. They're made in Japan, so they're a Japanese company, but they're like, you know how we get home brand gear at Woolworths, but it's still actually made at the Arnott's factory? It's Tamron, but it's still made at like a Konica factory, or a Minolta, or the Konica Minolta factory, or something like that. And same with the Sigma. They're also Japanese. They're just not as high quality. So they use the next best thing. So you can get the 150 to 600. That's about $2,000. You're like, just like you. Yeah. I'm so wet. The coffees did that. Fucking lungs. Feeling. Ooh. Did he come up? There's the board. There he is. Okay. I was at last Monday. I was at Burleigh, and one of the guys has gone straight in, and it's just like, okay, where is he? And then I see him paddling, and I'm like, oh fuck, he's lost his board. We found it though. It was further down the beach. That's where I stand. Like no, I go down so I can see into the actual barrel itself. Because you've got Burleigh Heads and then you've got Burleigh Point, and then right in front of where the river, where the Telebudgera Creek comes out, that's Sharkies. And at Sharkies, you just get the deepest, longest barrels. Just wish I had a drone or a 600mm for that. This is only a 400. You know how much the 600mm is for? $20,000. I can't even find a second-hand one. every couple of days I have a look on Gumtree and I have a look on Facebook Marketplace. I've seen them before and then they go pretty quickly, so that's why I'm always checking. A little bit, but not for camera wise. Mostly it's like cleaning cloths and stuff like that I get on there. Cords. The actual okay, so online retailers can use Amazon as well, and the same online retailer that does it on Amazon, they have their own website and they're slightly cheaper. So that's why I go to them. Unless I can't find it on them, then I go to Amazon if I can't find it on another. And I'm always waiting for the sales to come up, so it's like 15% off. I'm like, fuck yeah. Especially for the especially for these. It looks weird without the actual lens cover on it, or lens hood, I should say. So not only is it weatherproof, but I've also got the neoprene pads on. Except I lost this bit. I dropped it somewhere, and I was like, I was in the bush, and I'm like, where the fuck is it? It's probably still there. Exactly where I dropped it, camouflaged. It's like, because I must have missed my pocket, and I'm like, charge it, and I went to, and I'm like, looking back at the forest I just trudged through. And I'm like, it's gonna fuck me one day, but not today. Oh, this is a good one. Ah, gotta get that knee fixed. How fucking brave is that guy? It's just out there with a fucking pair of board shorts on. Where are you from, Victoria? We're freezing up here. I checked the weather for Springbrook this morning. I'm like, shall I go to the surf or shall I go to Springbrook and look for birds? Going to the surf. It was 2. Yeah, I know. Something. Even lockdown last year, I was like driving down here and I'm like, there's no fucking cars anywhere. Cop cars just looking at me going like this, and I just get out and start taking out camera gear, and they're like, oh, I must be pressed. And they're like, well, the ABC has used some of my shots, so it's not like, it's not unfathomable. Yeah, it's salty as Vegemite.
Really? I'm salty little beach.
That's awesome. VEACH LITTLE. One word. I put it in my phone, but And I can go back and listen to the VOD and hear Salty Little Beach at Instagram. Come on, guys, follow her. I have one viewer. Everyone watches my art streams, but no one watches my IRLs. Probably because they're all asleep. Or at work on a Monday. It's like, turn your computer on and have a window open at work. Last year about this time we still had a lot of fucking sand here. I was out on the tip there at a low tide, just getting some fantastic shots, and this massive wave came in, and I'm just like, I just got drenched head to toe. My camera was fine, my back half was just all wet, and I looked ridiculous. It was like half dry, half wet, and I'm there shivering because the wind's going this way. Yep. Like lie in a forest for 3 hours just waiting for a photo. It's not supposed to be getting into the extremes today. It's only supposed to be moderate, but still that's moderate. Extremes running around. I mean, I look ridiculous in this hat, but you know what? I won't get sunburned from here down. So how many buses do you have to catch from Palmy to get to here? From Kira? Fuck, man. That's...
Because I need my friends to either do something here, I just, like, I'm going to get one later, so it took me like 10 minutes, or pretty much.
Yeah, I don't. I'm high as fuck right now because I've got a spinal cord injury, but I'm high just because I'm paying it. I'm not as high as fuck, then I'm not standing. This and the disability support pension, because no one wants to hire someone who's high on drugs and has a drug abuse problem. So it's art and editing YouTube pages, or YouTube videos, I should say. It's just from the advertising revenue, and it depends on how many hours people watch and how many ads they see. And so, like. Yep. On the grind, on the hustle, living the dream. Although there are other cities I'd rather live in. Yeah. Not for surfing though, for other reasons. Other professional reasons. I know someone who was the editor for an online magazine in Tokyo for fashion. So I can get freelance gigs with her. But Tokyo is really expensive. That and I'm waiting. It's gonna sound callous, but I'm waiting for my mother to pass away. So she's in a fully locked down nursing home one block from where I live at the moment, so I live close, but I can't see her. Stupid fucking COVID. She's got really good 5G reception too, because she's already had both shots. I love this. Look, the government's going to track us. The government's going to track us, bitch. You've got a phone. When you're born, they give you a freaking number. They know everything about you and how much you earn and where you earn it and how you pay tax and what things you've done in your life to, like, don't concern yourself about a vaccine. Jesus, it's to make you safe. It's to make the population safe. It doesn't do anything. It's fluid. The human body, that's because atoms have their own magnetic field. Oh, that is a perler. I got this one shot last year from here, and it's not much of a wave that he's on, but where he's flicked it up like this, I've got Surface Paradise in the background and he's right there. I was like, you fucking beauty. The sky's slate colour, like dark grey. The water's like this really dark slate blue, and then you've got that along the horizon, and him in his black wetsuit. And it's just like, winner. Yeah. Actually, you can beat that colour of the water when it's storming. The colour when it's really clear on a clear morning in spring, and you're like at Burley, and you get that really clear fucking green. Oh. And then you get someone in the pipe, and it's like this clear green, and it turns into like this emerald. Like, you know how it curves up and it gives that emerald because of the refraction of the light, and it's just like... battery's nearly done. When the battery runs out, I'll go to my car. Probably have a heat up stuff. Is that coffee? No, someone's wearing jeans. Oh shit. It's jeans and a blue shirt. I'm like, what? I have. He is. Last year I saw him, but I don't think he's here this year because the actual World Surfing League is on. And last year it wasn't. It was cancelled. So I'd have to see where the league's at right now. Unless he's retired and no one's going. I was here again last year, like I was here a lot last year. And I'm standing out here. Next minute there's 3 other photographers standing next to me, and I'm like, huh? And then there's Mick, straight in front of me. I'm like, fuck, that's why. Everyone's going, you just hear the click and whir of the cameras. There's a new Canon coming out at the end of this year, beginning of next year. It's to replace the 1X series. And so when it comes out, it's going to be like 13.5 grand. But like the R5, it is 8K native, so it shoots in 8K. The waves are good, but I actually watch the surfers. So when they turn around, that's when they're going to go for it. here is, see where the rock pool is, where it's getting shafted right now with the water. And you're standing on there when the actual tide is out to about 0.5 or 0.4 or less. So you're looking for a 0.5 or 0.4 low tide. You get on that, and when they're there, just get full on barrels because they get straight off after they do like about 20 meters or so. I actually have to pull back on the thing because they're that close. I don't have to zoom all the way in. Oh my God. It's alright. Honestly, I prefer to do the art portion of photography rather than the so-called portion. I'm here for content and content only. Instagram content. That's what it is. Rupert. Sorry, or salted. Salty. I'll call you salty. Salty little beach, isn't it?
Yeah.
Nice to meet you too, see ya. How much battery do I have? Not a lot. 1 hour and 30 minutes in, guys. My battery's just about depleted. Water is so clear. Alright, running out of battery, so alright, thanks for joining me, everyone. This. I've been Salty's Vegemite. This has been another surfing stream brought to you by the folks at Canon. Actually, it hasn't. I'm not sponsored by fucking anyone, but if Canon wants to give me a brand new 600mm f4, I'd be down for that. Anyway, hang loose and have a fucking fantastic Monday. I will catch you next time.